such a beautiful day outside, and it's actually been like this for the last week. I feel like my life has literally changed being able to be in the sunshine, and this is definitely one of my favorite times of the year. That transition from winter and then entering kind of like my routine for the spring and summer, which I definitely try to put an emphasis on my health and wellness. And I feel like we're all kind of feeling that right now, where we are seeing the light at the end of the tunnel and we're seeing that the summertime is literally just around the corner. So yeah, during this time of year, I almost like to do the same thing that I do during the New Year's, and that is like a little life reset of my routines, my space, and all of my goals. Because in the winter, I definitely like to be a little bit more patient with myself, because it definitely can feel a little bit tougher to stay motivated when the weather is all gray and gloomy and the days are also quite short. So yeah, since we're going into the best time of the entire year, it is officially time to exit our lazy girl era and enter a little bit more of a productive season in our lives, where we are truly committed to feeling our best this summer, just setting the overall tone to having an amazing few months ahead. You guys saw I just finished up my morning routine, and with that, I've definitely been taking the time to just be very present and soak up each moment in the mornings, because the weather has been so nice. So I've been waking up to sunshine, and I've been going outside first thing, drinking my coffee on the balcony, just taking like that first hour to really enjoy the sunshine. That is my absolute favorite way to start my day. Just really been committed to sticking to my routines, because a week from now, I'm actually leaving for my trip to Europe, where I'm actually going to be traveling for 3 weeks, which is so exciting. But I know that when I am traveling, I'm going to have less of a routine. So focusing on that side of things while I am home has definitely been such a priority for me. And I've also been really obsessed. I actually just got a spin bike, which I showed in my last video. So I've also just been doing spin classes at home, which has been so convenient. And I definitely feel the biggest difference when I am in a routine of doing so. But yeah, anyways, enough talking. This intro is getting a little bit long. We're going to head to the gym, start our day off with a really great workout, and then I'll take you guys through the rest of my day and just share what my recent days have been looking like that have really pushed me out of that winter mindset and more into a spring summer mindset that just overall has made me feel absolutely amazing. I have been craving this recipe since I saw it on TikTok for probably months now, and I don't know why I haven't made it, because it's actually really simple. So I thought today would be the day we could make it together for lunch. Also, you guys, this Ella bag, I carry it everywhere because it fits so much. Like even for the gym, I can throw in my gym stuff and then also pick up groceries, and it fits everything. It is just so huge, so I threw everything in here. But we're gonna be making chicken Caesar wraps. So I just picked up some chicken, these tortillas. Also, I actually usually never buy salad mixes, but there is a specific brand that they sell at Safeway that is so delicious, and I don't know what they put in their dressings, but every single time I pick up a salad mix from this company, the dressing is just incredible. So I really wanted to try their Caesar mix, even though Caesar salad is so easy to make and I really don't need a salad mix. But the packet is pretty small, so I can also just add onto the salad. And then also the Safeway that I go to has the best food bar, so I really wanted to pick up a sandwich, because to be honest, at this point in my day, when it's close to lunchtime and I haven't eaten a big breakfast, I feel like I need to eat something right after the gym, and I was just feeling a little bit extra hungry today. I just picked up a egg and cheese, and then I added my own veggies, so I think this is also gonna be really good, and then I can make the Caesar wraps in a couple of hours. But yeah, that is basically all I picked up. I also had such a good workout. I did 12-3-30, which I've been doing all the time recently, and it has just been feeling so good being back into this routine. I know for myself, when I feel like I'm out of my usual routine with going to the gym and just having my days look like this, it can be so much harder to get back into it. So that is usually my motivation of what I tell myself daily, of why I try to stay consistent as possible, because I know if I get out of it, I don't know, it just feels a little bit more mentally challenging to get myself to get back into it. And it can even take me a couple of weeks to start feeling like I'm adjusted. But then when I'm doing the things that I set out for myself weekly, it just feels so much more enjoyable. I'll be at the gym and then I'll think of a recipe that I want to make, and then after that I'll go stop at the grocery store. It just all feels like so much fun and something that is so rewarding, and just all little things that I want to keep up with. But yeah, I'm gonna go home. I'm feeling really good. I definitely need to take a shower, plan out the rest of my day. Today's podcast podcast of the day is The Skinny Confidential, and I'm listening to this episode here, which is actually really good. So I'm gonna listen to that on my way home. Okay, so I'm genuinely so excited to show you this because it's hands down one of the most fun and futuristic items that I've ever gotten to try. And a quick thank you to Pixel Mug for sponsoring today's video. This is the Pixel Mug, and it's not just a mug. It is so much more than that. It has a built-in Pixel display that you can completely customize, and it actually makes your morning coffee feel a little bit more you. To set it up, you'll need to download the Bubble app on an iPhone. It is so easy and only takes a few minutes. Now, there are 4 main features that I'm going to walk you through in this video. You can create your own pixel art or doodles, or choose from a whole gallery in the app. There are mini games built right into the mug. It also has temperature sensing, so you'll see the display change depending on whether you pour hot coffee or something icy. Another one of my favorite features is that users can send custom pixel art or emojis to friends or family cups through the app. And lastly, it shows time and weather on the screen. It is such a fun mix of tech and creativity, and honestly just makes my morning routine feel a little bit more exciting. So can we just talk about how cool this Pixel Mug is? It is honestly one of the most cool and unique tech gifts I've ever tried, because again, even when it is turned off, it just looks like a regular mug, but then once it is turned on, it has the built-in pixel display screen that is completely customizable and interactive, where you can even upload your own photos onto the app, and AI turns them into pixel art right onto the mug. It is so insane and futuristic, and definitely what I love the most is how personal you can make it. Whether it's a cute doodle or a message for someone that you love, or even if you're just wanting to set a reminder for your own day, it syncs to your phone and displays it all. You can even use it during work to show countdowns for meetings or reminders, which is so helpful if you're someone like me and is always multitasking. And with Mother's Day around the corner, I genuinely think that this would make the perfect gift. It's so sweet and thoughtful and also super practical. It's something that a loved one or yourself can use every single day, especially for moms that love their morning tea or coffee, but also appreciate something a little high tech and fun like this. I mean, who wouldn't want something so personal and fun to enjoy their morning coffee out of, or even play a little game on the interactive screen while they're enjoying their drink? I will have a link below where you guys can check this out. This is definitely one of my favorite products that I've ever showed on my channel, and I'm so appreciative of Pixel Mug for sponsoring today's video, because I know you guys are gonna love this, and I still can't get over how good of a gift this is. Whether it's for yourself or someone special, it's definitely one of those gifts that's going to wow them. So yeah, thank you so much to Pixel Mug once again for sponsoring today's video. More information and the link to their website is going to be in the description. And yeah, you guys will definitely see me enjoying my morning coffee out of this amazing mug and many more videos to come. My best to take really good care of my hair because I just got it done. That was actually such an exciting appointment that I took you guys on in my last video where I did like a little spring glow up. But yeah, ever since then I feel like I've been so on top of my hair care, because when you go through the whole process of putting bleach in your hair, it unfortunately can be very damaging. So yeah, I feel like I always mention these products, but they're my favorite detangling products because my hair, you guys probably just saw, gets so tangled. And then this is the most incredible hair product I've ever tried. It's completely transformed my hair. My hair texture and just how smooth my hair feels has improved so much. This is the Pureology 21 Essential Benefits Leave-In Spray, and it looks like this. It is so amazing. And yeah, also these products smell so good, so when my hair is dry, it just feels so good. I feel like I'm in this period where every day just feels so packed with little tasks and just needing to get things done and not miss anything. So I've been trying to be as detailed as possible when it comes to planning out my days. Time blocking is such a huge thing. I actually use a Notion calendar, so time blocking and just really planning things out has been really helpful. But yeah, I definitely know that in a couple of days things are going to pick up even more. I feel like my nails are hanging on by a thread, but I have to wait until at least a day or two before I leave for my trip to go get them done. So I'm just kind of in this like weird limbo where I know I have so much to do over this next week, but I don't want to start doing things too early. So yeah, I'm just trying to do whatever I can and the things that are in my control rather than stressing about things that I can't do anything about. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's all very exciting things, so I'm definitely not complaining. And I've also been working away at my itinerary because it is a 3-week long trip and we're visiting many different cities over that period. So just working on the itinerary for my Europe trip has been so much fun. I've been saving a ton of recommendations and spots on TikTok over the last few months, and now just going back into all of those saved folders, making reservations, putting things in our itinerary, I feel like it's almost equally as exciting as the trip. windows open in my room and I'm just letting the breeze in, and it just makes me so happy that it's warm enough to do this. So yeah, I'm feeling amazing. I did want to sit down and chat a little bit about organization because especially since the start of this year, I've really been working on figuring out what systems work best for me, testing out different things, and over the last few weeks I've been so happy with my little system. Feeling like you're organized is always such an important tool. It just helps you stay on top of your goals, reduce stress, and also just save time so you have time to do all the things that you love. I know I mentioned earlier that I'm leaving on a 3-week trip in basically a week, so I have been trying to get as organized as possible, but I outlined each day for the next 2 weeks, and then I made a separate document and I basically brain dumped every little task that I can think of that I want to get done over the next 2 weeks, and it definitely helped me feel so much less overwhelmed. I started copy and pasting each of those tasks into the different days that I have and dropping them into the document, and that way I almost had like a bird's eye view of the next 2 weeks rather than keeping all of the information in my head and getting overwhelmed of when I'm doing what. So yeah, I know I technically did this because I'm wanting to feel really organized before I leave, but if you're kind of in a place right now where you're feeling like you have been out of routine for a while, or you just have a lot of different tasks that have been in the back of your mind but you haven't been able to get to, I really do highly suggest you trying this out and it can just help you organize your next few weeks until you're feeling like you're in a good place again. And then each day I'll wake up, I'll open my planner, and I'll take whatever I wrote down in the document, pop it in my planner. It has been a minute since we sat down and done our makeup together. There's been a content creator that I recently found and I've been so obsessed with the way that she does her makeup, and the reason why I love it so much is because even just on a regular day she will have the glowiest skin and just put on some eyebrow gel and it just looks so clean and put together. Her name is Melody Miles, if you guys have also seen her on TikTok, and if you haven't, you should definitely go follow her. But yeah, her makeup has been my inspiration lately. Also, you guys, I hope the lighting is too bright right now based on where I put the camera. Usually when I'm filming, I try to put the camera on the opposite side, so I'd be filming like this way because the window's right there, so the light will just hit my face. But I tried doing that and I don't know if it's the time of day, but it did not look right at all. And you can also see my spin bike in the background, but I feel like it'll just have to do for this getting ready portion. Let's mist our face. But yeah, sitting down at my makeup desk is probably my favorite place to talk on YouTube or make any videos. It just feels like the easiest place for me to speak and truly speak my mind and what's going on within it. But before we chat a little bit, I'm just going to share the products that I'm using because these two products give me the best base if I'm going for like a no makeup look and I just want my skin to look very fresh. I will mix the glowy gel. This one is in the color Star Glow, so I'll usually take like a pump of that, and then this is my absolute favorite skin tint for summer. It's the Tower 28 Sunny Days Broad Spectrum SPF 30. This stuff is so good. I basically used it all last summer and I'm bringing it back out again because it just has like the perfect amount of coverage. And I'll just mix these two together and then I'll warm up the products between my hands, which I usually never do this. I always use brushes, but once I apply this on my skin just in this exact way, it looks so smooth. And usually with like foundations and skin tints, I still find that they can look too makeup-y on my skin. I don't know what it is. I was even looking at my skin when I was in the car yesterday and I had these on and I was like, I actually don't think that my skin has ever looked better. That is all that I do. And I have a little bit of discoloration and a couple of breakouts going on. I'm just gonna be using the Tarte Shape Tape and spot concealing just like any breakouts that I have or if I have any scarring, but again just going in very lightly. So, and then just a little bit underneath my eyes. Pretty bluish under eyes. I've had them since I was a kid. They've just always been there. So I feel like I almost always need to wear a little bit of concealer, but still this feels so much lighter than my usual base routine, and it is like the perfect no makeup. And I'm also still wearing a good amount of SPF, which is so important, and then a little bit of pressed powder just on the parts of my face where I get the most oily, so just in the T-zone. Now just to bronze things up just the slightest bit, I'm taking my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Wand. But yeah, just as I was thinking about what I wanted to end off this video talking about, I was having a little bit of a reflection moment, especially just thinking about how I was feeling about a year ago versus how I feel on a daily basis now. Probably at the end of last summer or around fall, I remember going through quite a transformation where I was really focused and passionate about learning just about my hormones and what was affecting them, why I was feeling the way that I was, especially just feelings of stress, overtiredness, and not having sustained energy. I remember every single day around 3 p.m. that was where I would drop off and I would have absolutely no energy. And something I want to leave you guys with is what I did at the time, which I definitely think was one of the things that completely transformed my situation and how I felt, and ultimately really helped me do the work that I was needing to at the time. Was I created a document. It was actually on my laptop and I still have it. I still look at it all the time. It's actually still even bookmarked on my my laptop because it was truly something that I did that was so helpful for me. I really wanted to figure out how I could fill that gap of where I was versus where I want to be. And when I was making this document, I was being completely honest with myself, almost like I was looking at myself from the eyes of my future self and the person that of course I strive to be. So there's two sections on this document called Who Is She? And there's another section called The Old Me. Usually when we're writing goals, even when we're making vision boards, it is very fun to do, and that is because writing down goals actually gives you the same dopamine effect that achieving them does. So it can feel very fun and almost easy writing down new goals, but the hard part actually comes with following through. And that's why I went off, I wrote down all of my different goals. In the New Me section, it wasn't even just goals that I was writing down, but it was more just like what my ideal daily life looks like. So I wrote things down like mindful mornings. She wakes up early every day and starts her morning with a mindful, intentional routine. Disciplined. She's disciplined. When she says she's going to do something, she always follows through. So I'm almost like creating the person that I would love to show up as every single day. And there's so much more. It's actually a pretty long document. So yeah, obviously that part was very easy. But then I did a section called The Old Me. And basically, even though I wrote down this is the old me, I had to be very real with myself. And for every goal that I wrote down for the new me, in the old me section, I wrote a contradicting statement of what my current stance is on that goal. So at the time, for example, I wasn't working out a lot, but one of my really big goals was to start working out daily. And that was also due to my hormones and wanting to feel the best that I possibly can. So yeah, at the time I wasn't exercising too often. So in the old me section, I wrote down, she is inactive. She doesn't maintain a regular workout routine or stay active. I remember my calendar was all over the place. So I wrote down, she keeps a messy calendar and just things were feeling off. So I wrote down, she doesn't have a reset routine to track her goals and progress. Okay, my camera just died, so I'm needing to film the rest of this video on my phone. But basically having those completely contradicting lists at the time just really helped me figure out the gap of what my current life was looking like and what I needed to do to get to the place that I was wanting to be. And it was probably the best thing that I could have done for myself at the time. Obviously nothing was too serious, but it was mostly just me being in a place where I felt like I was so stuck in not the greatest habits, and I felt like the days were just going by and I wasn't fully living my days the way that I wanted to. And I remember looking at it every single morning and almost using it like as an affirmation and motivation. Yeah, this is something that I really want to share in today's video because I don't think I've ever shared this document or anything really about it, or when I did make it. I feel like it was something really for myself at the time, but now looking back and really seeing how much it did help me, I wanted to share it with you guys. And then ever since then, I've been sticking to my routine more than ever. But I remember making this document last spring, and at this point, it truly lives in my head rent free. It is like my Roman Empire because of how much it did help me grow, really doing the work and looking within. I don't think I've ever filmed for YouTube on my phone, but I'm actually pretty impressed with this camera because I just got a new phone, so I've been testing out the camera. I've been loving it so far. I feel like the front camera of the iPhone 16 Pro Max looks almost like the back camera that I had on my other phone, which was the 13 Pro Max. And I'm gonna end off this video here because I have so much filming to do over this next week, especially before I leave for Europe. But I just know I'm gonna have so much chatting in both of those videos. I wanted to say thank you guys so much for spending the day with me. I had so much fun filming today's video and just taking you guys through what my typical days and routine have been looking like. I feel a little bit weird wearing no mascara, but it's also so comfortable. Like the fact that I can touch my eyes and I still have just a little bit of makeup on feels so good. I hope you guys are all doing amazing. Comment down below, let me know how you are. I always get so excited when you guys leave comments and give me updates. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I love you guys, and I'll see you back with my next video.